What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports Behind Show. Today is February 18th, 2022. This video, I want to be recapping the Super Bowl between the Bengals and the Rams. Clearly, the outcome did not go the way I was wanting it to be. This is my first video since, the Super Bowl loss, but against the Rams. It really sucks the Bengals, lost the Super Bowl, but it's one of those things. Nobody thought we were going to, be in a Super Bowl. Nobody thought we were going to win a playoff game. Nobody thought we were going to win the AFC North, but we did all those things. So, this was a very successful season. Nobody thought we were going to be this good. So despite us losing, we have so much to look forward to in years to come being Bengals fans. So kind of recapping this game here between the Bengals and the Rams here. So the Rams got the ball to start the game, and the Bengals defense played phenomenal. The Rams had 5 plays, and they only gained 1 yard. Our defense looked fantastic. Logan Wilson this game reminds me so much of Vontaze Burfict against the Steelers in the 2015 playoff game. A heartbreaking loss, but if it wasn't for your core guy on defense, your linebacker on defense, basically your quarterback on defense, we probably would not have been in this game as much. Wilson was all over the field. He was stopping the run. He was making some great plays in coverage. He was stopping anybody that got close to him. He played excellent. So the Rams, like I said, they punted after their first possession, only gaining 1 yard. And then, we had our first drive. And our first drive, it was 4th and 1. We opted to go for it, and we were unable to get it there. And Joe Burrow targeted Jamar Chase. Samaje Perine was wide open. But I don't understand the obsession with Perine. I'll kind of get into that later, why he's always in the 3rd and 4th down. It's very frustrating considering we know how good Joe Mixon is, especially, he's been catching so many balls as of the past few weeks. So we were unable to get that 4th down conversion. It was 4th and 1. They stopped us, and it was around the 45, 50-yard line. So the Rams were in pretty good field position. And looking at the Rams, they scored pretty quickly. They only had 6 plays, and then they ended up scoring. Stafford found Odell Beckham Jr. on a touchdown to make it 7-0 LA. And then our next drive, we had a 3-and-out. We cannot get anything going there. Mixon had a rush, didn't get nothing. Burrow found Chase for 6 yards, and then Burrow had an incompletion to Chris Evans, which was a little bit overthrown, but I was glad Evans actually played some of this game, taking snaps away from Perine, because that's what I've been saying forever. I want to see more Chris Evans out there on the field for Cincinnati. The following drive for Los Angeles, they were able to have a 3-and-out, 3 plays, and they end up punting. Then our next drive, we finally got something going. Joe Mixon had a run for 13 yards. Burrow found an amazing play by Chase for 46 yards against Jalen Ramsey. We found that we had a couple plays later, and we ended up getting a field goal by McPherson, and it was 7-3 at that time for the LA Rams. The LA Rams scored another touchdown their following possession right after the Bengals got a field goal by McPherson. But something very important on this, drive here by the Rams is that they missed their extra point. So instead of it being 14-3, it's 13-3. So that's very big. It could have been very big as the game continued. Instead of having a 11-point lead but having to score multiple times, you could just score, a touchdown with a field goal to tie it up. So the next possession, the Bengals are very fortunate. They're able to score a touchdown. Around this time, it really looked like our offense is really getting going. Burrow found Boyd. Burrow found Higgins. He was really getting the ball and distributing it to everybody. Mixon was running a little bit as well. And I really like this play here. Joe Mixon, it looked like it was going to be a halfback toss, but instead, he went wide and behind the line of scrimmage, did not run forward, which I thought was kind of strange at first. Then he ended up passing it to T. Higgins for a touchdown. So Joe Mixon had a passing touchdown in the Super Bowl before Joe Burrow. That's kind of crazy to me. But as we see here, the Bengals are able to score to make it 13-10, which I thought, at this point we're starting to get some momentum. We're getting back in it. We were down 10 points. We're down 3 points. I'm starting to like our confidence here. We're really getting picking up in play. And then just with around 2 minutes or so to go, the Rams' next possession, Matthew Stafford threw a interception, and that was picked by Jesse Bates. So it was great there. The one thing about this play is that Vernon Hargreaves, he was on the sidelines. He came on the field to celebrate, which cost him some yards there. We were not able to score a crucial drive before the end of the half. We ended up punting after just 5 plays for 7 yards. The Rams had a 3-and-out, and then we nailed it to end the half. So at the half, it was 13-10 Rams. I felt kind of confident. Some of our guys did not even have great games so far. We're only down 3 points against a very good Rams team in their home stadium. I liked our chances. I liked our chances heading into this game. And then the first play of the second half, Burrow found T. Higgins for a 75-yard touchdown against Jalen Ramsey to make it 17-13 Bengals. I was so ecstatic at this point. I was getting super, super excited. And then the Rams' first play coming out of the first half, their first play of the second half, Matthew Stafford threw a pick. I mean, I was so happy. We're already up now. We were down 3 points. We're now up 4. And we have the ball again. Unfortunately, we were not able to get a touchdown that drive, but Evan McPherson was able to make a field goal to make it 20-13 Bengals. That following possession, the Rams, they got a field goal to make it 20-16, but the Bengals still led in the game. Then there's a couple of drives with just either team could not get anything going. The Bengals had a 3-and-out. The Rams had a 3-and-out. The Bengals had another one. The Rams had another one. So nobody could really get anything going at that point. And the Bengals punted again. Then the Rams punted again. The Bengals punted again. And then the last couple of drives, the Rams had a very, very impressive touchdown drive with, just around 2 minutes ago. Very controversial pass interference call by Logan Wilson. It sucks because up until that point, I believe there's only like 2 or 3 penalties the whole entire game. And I've seen much worse than that in the game, what they called him, Logan Wilson. It sucks so bad. But at the same time, the refs should not have mattered. We should have won the game. It sucks. I don't want to blame one of the refs. I don't want to be those type of people because I knew we were capable of winning this game, and we didn't. We should have won. We should not blame anybody. We should not blame the refs at all. And then the Bengals only had about a minute or so to score, and Joe Burrow just got getting hit. And it's so interesting because when you look at that, 75-yard touchdown to T. Higgins to make it 17-13, and then we had the field goal by Evan McPherson to make it 20-13. It's so weird because as soon as our momentum completely shifted to us, as soon as we had momentum in the entire game, our offensive line just fell flat on their face, and that made absolutely no sense. I still do not get how inconsistent this offensive line was. The first half, our offensive line played fan-freaking phenomenal. I don't care what you say. We played very good because the only thing you heard about this week, our offensive line sucks. Aaron Donald's going to get a couple of sacks. Aaron Donald this. Jalen Ramsey this. Jalen Ramsey that. But our offensive line was amazing the first half. I believe we only gave up 1 sack. Then the second half happened. It literally looked like an entire different offensive line. It looked like a JV high school team blocking the Rams defensive line. I think we gave up like 7 sacks the second half. It's horrible. I don't get how we can be so inconsistent. And that's the thing with the Bengals offensive line the whole season. We've been so inconsistent, throughout this year with our offensive line. We did not give up a single sack against the Steelers, but then we give up 9 sacks to the Titans. It doesn't make any sense. But, with, Burrow getting sacked on that final possession with the Bengals, after the Rams had the very impressive drive, it was 23-20 at that point. And third and fourth down, 3rd down and 1, they have a shotgun run, and they run it with some IJP run. So stupid. I don't get that. Joe Mixon averaged like 5 yards a carry, and he was getting pretty much anything he wanted to at times during the game. He's a top 10 running back. He was top 5 rushing in the regular season. He's had back-to-back games with over 100 scrimmage yards. That was against the Titans, and that was against the Chiefs, 2 very good teams. And you're not going to have him not only not give him the ball on 3rd down or 4th down, but have him not even on the field against some guy like Samaje Perine who brings nothing to the table for the Bengals. Like, that makes 0 sense to me. So, Perine does not get that 1st down on 3rd and 1. And then the 4th down, Burrow is under pressure. He has to just toss it up to Perine. Perine doesn't even attempt to make a diving effort to try to get the ball, and that's the ball game for the Bengals. So when you start at this game, if you watch the Bengal game, the very first drive of us started with a 3rd down and a 4th down with Samaje Perine on the field and Joe Mixon not on the field. And the very last drive that sealed the deal for the LA Rams to win the Super Bowl, 3rd and 4th down for us, Samaje Perine was in the field and Joe Mixon wasn't. Joe Mixon, I don't understand it. Like, if you want to have Samaje Perine go out and try to block for Burrow, you could try, but it's not going to work. I mean, we've seen him attempt to block, but he's not good. More likely, we're going to see him end up, going for an out route or a swing pass to try to, have a short pass so Burrow can complete. Joe Mixon, heading into this game, has had 26 catches in the last 5 games. That's the most catches he's ever had in a 5-game streak in his entire NFL career. So I would just go ahead and put Mixon out there to try to give him 1 yard. I guarantee you Mixon could have got you a yard. I feel more confident in Chris Evans than I feel Samaje Perine. It doesn't make any sense. And you see these people outside of Cincinnati, non-Bengal fans, ESPN, NFL Network, Fox Sports 1. Oh, that was a horrible play call by the Bengals. No, why was Joe Mixon on the field? It's shocking, but it's almost not, because we as Bengal fans know Samaje Perine, it's pretty much a guarantee he's going to be on 3rd down and 4th down, giving out for a pass instead of Joe Mixon, one of the best running backs in the NFL, not being on the field. And it's so frustrating that could have been a part of the reason why we lost. And I don't get it. It's just like, it's going to happen, but the realization that it actually does. Like, this is Zach Taylor's 2 biggest plays of his life, basically, coaching, and he decides to have Samaje Perine, who in my opinion is not even the 2nd best running back on our team, on the final 2 plays of the game, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Lots of people have blamed the refs for this game, which I think is, I could kind of get it, but I don't want to be one of those people, because there were several times where they did not call stuff on us. But if you're going to blame somebody for the Bengals loss, blame it on Zach Taylor. His coaching was horrible. There were a couple good plays, like the Mixon pass to T. Higgins. I like that play a lot. But then you look at I believe it was 3rd and 2. Jamar Chase came in motion to the complete other side of the field, and Burrow threw it to him, which I thought that was kind of strange, because if anything, you would think they would kind of misdirect the team, like the Rams, because since Chase is in motion, you wouldn't think you're going to pass to him. You're going to pass to somebody else, because that's kind of a distraction. And just having Samaje Perine on the field when Joe Mixon was really getting going the second half, I think is ridiculous. I don't get it. Valentine's Day was this past Monday. And, man, if you are trying to be in a relationship, if you find somebody who loves you the way Zach Taylor loves Samaje Perine, you're going to do just fine in your relationship. I don't know what it is about Samaje Perine that Zach Taylor loves so much, but it's so freaking aggravating and annoying. That's a big reason why we don't have a Super Bowl victory right now, and it sucks so bad. And I know we weren't expected to be here, but it just stings, because it's we've never really, I know some Bengal fans have years ago, but I've never really experienced a Super Bowl loss before, and it absolutely sucks. But, I'm really proud of this team. Everybody said we were going to suck this year, not Bengal fans, people outside of Cincinnati. And nobody gave us a chance. Most people thought we were going to finish last in the AFC North. Nobody thought we were going to win a playoff game. Nobody thought we were going to win the AFC North. I mean, we won so many things this year. The division, our first playoff game in 30 years, our first road playoff game in franchise history. We didn't do that once. We did it twice. We swept the Chiefs, we swept the Ravens, and we swept the Steelers and the Raiders. 3 of those teams made it to the playoffs this season. We came back against the Chiefs by 14 points in 3 different occasions in one game. We came back to beat the Chiefs 18 points in their home stadium in the AFC Championship game. We made it to the Super Bowl, but unfortunately we came up short. But when you look at this Bengals team, there's so many things to be excited about. I mean, this was Joe Burrow's first full season. This was Jamar Chase's rookie year with the worst offensive line in NFL history to reach a Super Bowl. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. When you look at it, no offensive line has ever gave up 50 sacks in the regular season and made it to the Super Bowl until, this past season. So I feel very confident in the Bengals team that we can get there, in the next, maybe a couple years or so, especially because we don't need a great offensive line. I've said it the whole time. We don't need a great one. We don't need a good one. We just need an average offensive line, and we could be the best team in the NFL. And if we just had a little bit better offensive line, we probably would end up winning the Super Bowl on Sunday. And, it's just so crazy. Just one or two things goes the other way. We would be Super Bowl 56 champions, bring the Lombardi trophy to Cincinnati. But unfortunately, that did not happen. I have lots of Bengals, videos coming up in the next month or so, lots of, draft videos and free agency, things like that from the Bengals and different teams. So make sure to check that out in the near future. Some of those will be posted in the next couple of days. But that really about does it for this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you all next time on the Sports Dude Hines Show.